an audio-only recording of an exercise session for Vision of Adventure. This recording is supported by Disability Rights UK. A cycle session led by Kath Finn. Please note that you'll need some form of stationary bike with controllable resistance for this session.
Okay, we can go ahead with recording now. Evening, everybody. Welcome to Teresa, Liz and Diane for another cracking, hard-working session on a Tuesday night. And we're doing really well with these. So I can see everyone just pedaling away, which is exactly what we'd like to happen for the next 6 minutes in warm-up. And you've worked really hard through the winter, and we're now coming into a little bit of daylight in the evening, so it's getting slightly warmer. So hopefully all this good work that you've done will soon be able to be put into practice out on those roads. I know some of you ride all the way through the winter, but quite a lot of people find it quite hard to do that, and enthusiasm levels definitely go up when the sun starts coming out without the ice, which we've had 2 days, and we've had a mixture. So we've had one day with loads and loads of sunshine and no ice, luckily on Saturday, which is club ride day, so we could go out safely. And then the next morning it was pretty frosty, but that wasn't such an issue. So that was because I think we were running rather than biking, so that was okay. Now tonight my brain is a little befuddled because I went on a run recce, but it needs 2 cars, one at each end, because it's linear. I'm doing an ultra in May, and I went with someone that I haven't run with before. I should have known better, but she was like this little springy gazelle in front of me, like by several hundred meters. And so the whole day, rather than my nice slow jog, look at the views, you know, that's my idea of ultra running, I'm like panting my way up behind her. So as a result, I'm a little tired, and my brain might be a little fuzzy, because I saw older female, well, older anybody, our brains get fuzzier quicker as we get older. I think it takes less stress. They're tired, they've done 60 years of bossing kids around and working and all the rest of it, and being poisoned in the days when I used to drink too much alcohol. Yeah. I tell you what, a husband with a heart condition is a good way of cleaning up your life a bit, because he can't drink any caffeine or drink any alcohol, and it kind of tends to rub off a bit. So we didn't used to drink that much, but we'd have a bottle on a Friday night or something, or we'd go to the pub and have a couple of pints. But now don't drink at all, virtually. I must have had about 3 or 4 glasses over Christmas, and that's about it. And then, interestingly, my mum is absolutely scandalised by the fact that I don't drink. She thinks it's really, really boring. And she spends her life trying to force alcohol down me when I'm staying with her. I'm like, Mum, I don't need gin to survive. Stop trying to force feed me it. I don't want it. She's 83. Yeah, just turned 83. And I could say I hardly ever see a drop of water pass her lips. She exists solely on gin and French and coffee. And her pre-dinner drinks are sufficient to knock out an elephant, just about. If I have them, because she doesn't feed me till about 10:30 at night, gin goes straight to my knees and I'm completely pissed by 9 o'clock. So I have to be a bit careful. I don't know what to do about the 10:30 at night being fed business, because normally I'm just about ready to go to bed then. And then, of course, can't sleep. And then if I want to train, I have to get up before she does and go training before she gets out of bed. So the whole thing doesn't work. Categorically does not work. But the really good thing is that I've still got her, and we can have a really good laugh about stuff. And it's really lovely to have the luxury of time when I'm not working anymore so hard to go over and spend some time with her. Because she's obviously not going to be around forever. She can hop about 20 yards with a crutch in one hand. And she smokes like a chimney. She's got this lovely cough, as you might imagine. So luckily, she lives in deepest rural Northumberland, so she managed to avoid COVID so far. But there we go. So now you've had half my life history. You should be able to be thinking about spinning those legs at about 90 cadence. And they should have finding it a bit easier than when you first got on. Teresa looks like she's got tights that match mine. I've got compression tights on with a big X down the leg. No, they might be different. That looks like a K. To try and sort my legs out before tomorrow because they're a bit knackered. Because Steve somehow managed to talk me into doing a duathlon with him last week. I have to go and ride tandem with him tomorrow morning. And I'm a little bit nervous because he's very, very good. But there you go. And I'm going to turn up going, Steve, I'm wrecked. I can't ride fast. But it's another life experience. I'll learn a lot, I'm sure. And I hope I don't let him down. Because, right, you've got another minute of warming up. And then we're going to do a little bit of cadence work. And it is funny that the guiding and being guided, because when I've guided people for triathlon, it seems that one of their main worries is that they might let the guide down. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fence, the guides are absolutely terrified that they're going to let their VI down. So it's definitely mutual, that. So next time you're standing there with your guide, certainly at triathlon, I don't know if it's the same running, but it's definitely triathlon. Remember that I'm as nervous about letting you down as you are about whatever you do, because it's your race day and it's our job to make sure that you have a good and positive race day. So if we fall over our shoelaces or pick the wrong course or tip the bike over or do something really stupid, then that's terrible. We've ruined your day and that's just not okay. So we take that very, very seriously. So I'm just hoping that I can give Steve a good race and that I don't do anything too silly. I'm a bit out of practice. It's the first race of the season. That's not good, is it? Never mind. You can't practice doing transitions with the tandem either very easily. To get and doing them up and down your street tomorrow morning. Right, on that bright note, I hope you are all reasonably warmed up, happily tootling along at 90. So just in case you're not, we'll start the cadence by doing a minute at 90. I think I've talked nicely to the metronome and made it behave itself after last week when it had a bit of an epi fit. So here we go. Turn it up. That would help. Okay. Hopefully you can hear that. Apparently it's not that loud on recordings. I'm not getting thumbs up, but that might be the person I know who's got the radio on. Teresa, can you hear that? Thumb up, thumb down. Thumb up. Good. Oh, thanks, Liz. Diane, I can't see you through your camera. The camera's off, so I'm not asking you. Okay, so we'll do this for a minute, and we're kind of coming up to halfway through this first minute, and then we're going to get a little faster. And these exercises are all about creating really good pedaling technique, making it smooth. And it's a French word, souffle, which means like silk, spinning like silk. So really lovely, good technique. And it works the neural pathways. And you don't cycle on the road at 120, but it makes it easier to cycle fairly fast with the fast cadence. Okay, we've just gone up to 100, so hopefully you can hear there's been an increase in that beat. I'm going to go to 120 total in 1 minute increments, 10 at a time. So 100, 110, 120, 110, 190. Minute, we're on 100. You've just gone over halfway through. Okay, I'm going to turn it up. We're going to 110 for another minute. Looking good. Remember to put the focus from your hips downwards. And kind of medium resistance, so you've got enough to push against, or otherwise they kind of feet tend to kind of fly off the pedals and it's not that easy, but not so much resistance that it's really hard to push against. You want a lovely smooth turnover. Good. And we're going up to 120. There you go. Now we should have little sets of Billy Whiz legs now. Whizzing around there. Well done. Lovely. Half a minute to go. Then we're going to start coming down again. Okay, 100 and whoops, putting it up, 110. So feel that slight decrease, and it's really good for your control on the pedals as well. It's quite difficult to change your cadence without changing your resistance. So if you need to change your resistance, that's fine. Okay, half a minute at this, you've all frozen, so I think you're all gone away for tea now. There we go, come back. I have a slightly dodgy internet link tonight, I'm afraid, so I'm crossing my fingers. Ten seconds. And then we're going down to 100. Now, hopefully that actually starts to feel quite slow. Having felt pretty fast when you first started doing it. Half a minute left. Okay, and down to 90. Now, this is what we normally pedal at, and then when we start the session, it tends to feel quite fast, but possibly having gone through all that pyramid, it may well feel reasonably slow. Half a minute. And just ease off. Have a minute or so. It's your first little block of stuff tonight. So just relax, move around, take any clothes off you want, have a drink. Okay, the next bit we're going to do is 2 minutes hard with 30 seconds rest, but we're going to do 6 of them. So remember to measure your effort, and then we're going to do a bit of the standing up work, another 6 of those at 2 minutes. So that'll be more or less your set. There's a little bit at the end, but we'll see how we are for time. So you're going to do 12 minutes total of hard work to start with. So are we all sitting comfortably? Fantastic. I'm not going to put the cadence on. So 3, 2, 1, off you go. So measure your resistance, knowing that you're going to have to do a total of 12 minutes. And you do want a reasonable cadence, reasonably fast, because you want to take the strain off your knees. Good. It's looking reasonable. Well done. You've got another minute to go. Lovely. Well done. Yeah, we're starting to look like that's quite hard work. That's good. 15 seconds to go till the end of this one. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds off. Release the resistance a bit. Hopefully this is helping Diane's backside. An earlier conversation about the comfort of seats. Okay, now you're ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Back on it. 2 minutes. Nice. Looking good. Remember the focus. That's lovely. I love the effort going into the bottom half of the body. Lovely still upper bodies. Well done. Ten seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds relaxing. Now, it should be causing a bit of puffing, this. Okay, ready to go again. 3, 2, 1. Off you go, back to the same resistance if you can. Part of this is keeping it the same, learning to pace that level of effort. Nice. Nearly a minute gone. Okay, you're into your second minute. And I'm sorry, at the end of this, I think tonight I'll have to go because I've got a tri-committee meeting that's running that I'm supposed to be in as well. So I'll have to leave banter till next week because I want to hear what Liz was doing on, because she was running at the weekend. There were pictures. Nearly there. You're nearly halfway through this. 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds relaxing. And for the second set of 3, I am going to put the timer on, not the timer, the metronome on. I like the stretch effort, Teresa. I like that. Stand up, straighten out the legs. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, go. Back to hard work for 2 minutes. And try and, if you need to, put the resistance down enough so that you can hold the 90 cadence. rather than getting an over-geared effort when we go at a really slow cadence and build strength, we should be able to pedal quite fast, but with quite a high resistance. So the bit that's getting your workout is your aerobic, your lungs and your heart. So we'll just change the focus a little bit. Minute down. 1 minute to go. And when I go to my mum's, I normally use her conservatory as like my turbo room and gym, but they've just knocked it down because it was rotten. I'm gonna have to find a substitute. "20 seconds. Three, two, one. Relax for 30 seconds. 4 done, 2 to go. We should be ready for the off. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Number 5. There's some good controlled breathing going on here too. You're breathing right down in your stomach. You should be able to feel your stomach breathing in and out, rather than your shoulders rising as you try to breathe, because you want your diaphragm to be working. Another minute. Half a minute to go. Three, two, one. Your last half a minute of relaxing before we go into number 6. Halfway through it. Off we go again. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Last 1. Keep driving through, keep that pace up because it'll actually make it higher cadence, will make it easier to drive across the top of that pedal stroke. Get that force through. Half a minute to go. You've made it. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Well done. First big block over. Chill out. Oh, not working hard enough. Liz has still got a sweatshirt on. But maybe so. Sitting here with 2 coats. Refreshed and ready. So good. Now just pedal like nice and relaxed. Whatever cadence you've got, that's fine. And just try breathing through your nose with your mouth closed if your breathing's recovered enough. So what we want to feel is you want to try and be pushing your diaphragm down. So rather than your shoulders going up and stress around your neck, you should find that your stomach's going out, which I know as women, we've probably spent about 40 years pulling our stomachs in, and now I'm asking you to push it out, but you know. Open your mouths if you need to. Now, it's taken me years of practice to manage to get anywhere with this, because I was going to say because I'm not very quick, but actually because I was quite a bad asthmatic as a child, the idea of air hunger and of not breathing with everything I've got seems a bit alien. But I've now convinced myself that it's fine, and it is fine. And some of the advantages are that you trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, so you slow the rate of production of cortisol, so you use less energy, which isn't always a good thing because sometimes you need lots of energy, but it's calming and it reduces your stress, so it gives you more clarity of thinking. And especially if you're in a bit of a busy situation, like just before a start of an event, it's a really good thing to do. The other thing it does, or things, it warms up the air as it goes into your lungs, so it's less of a shock. It's easier on your body, and it also filters quite a lot of things through your nose hairs rather than going straight down your larynx. So there are a lot of advantages to being able to do it when you're not working too hard. Obviously, as soon as you start working, then you have to start breathing a bit more deeply and a bit more fully. But what a lot of people do is breathe by lifting their shoulders and trying to get more in that way. Tension through your neck and your shoulders. But actually, that doesn't really work. And all it does is create tension around that area, as opposed to allowing your body to push the oxygen into your alveoli in your lungs and allow that to then be absorbed better. And so that's just another little thing to think about. Now we're going to do the next block. That was a good way of giving you some recovery time. And we're going to do the 2 minutes again for 6 again, but this time we're going to do it standing up, which you guys normally seem to find quite easy, except for Steve Ewan, who's not here. Yeah, because he's on a different bike geometry. So I was going to say when we're ready, but I'm not going to say when we're ready. I'm going to say we are ready, and we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. And we won't worry about cadence, because however you can get those pedals turning over is good enough for me. I like it. Well done. You're halfway through your first minute. And it's just a bit of a different stimulus. Half a minute to go. "20 seconds. A bit less, actually. Three, two, one. Half a minute, relax. So sit down, make the most of it. And we are nearly ready to stand again. 3, 2, 1. I can feel your pain. Half a minute gone. Into your second minute. 15 seconds to go. Three, two, one. Relax for that whole half a minute. Glad to see this seems to be having a bit of an effect this time. I find it really hard to do. And you guys often just seem to drift through standing up. I'm going to give you an extra half. Let that breathing come down a bit. And you've got 15 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. That was you on a minute's rest that time. Which maybe was a bit better. Lovely. This is your halfway one. This is your third in a block of 6. One minute gone. And you keep freezing at this end, and when it unfreezes, I get this frantic little bit of action while the stream catches up. Half a minute more. Well done, those legs. And well done. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Do you want the minute again this time? Hang on, you're frozen on the thumbs up or down. Okay, minute it is. Thank you. Lovely, that's nearly you halfway through. You've got another half a minute. Fifteen seconds. Three, two, one. And off you go, number 4. Nearly a minute through. Well done, you. Half a minute to go. Brilliant job. Brilliant efforts. 3, 2, 1. Take your minute's rest. Well done. Get that resistance down. Try and keep your legs moving just a bit so that they've got a chance to get some recovery in them. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Go again. Right, you're downward now. You've done 4, only 2 left. Probably feels like a lot, but when you've done this one, you've only got 1 more. Good job. Coming up to the halfway point. Half a minute left to go. And you're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. You've got a minute here, and then you've just got 1 more to do. I like the fact you're all moving. That's great. Gathering your resources. And it is 24 minutes past. So once you've done this one, that's it for the hard work. Okay, about 10 seconds before your last 2 minutes. That's all you've got. You've done 22 minutes of hard graft. So I know you've got this last two. 3, 2, 1. Take it away. Great job. Really good. You're into your last minute. Half a minute to go. That's all. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. You're done. Amazing. Very well done. Good stuff. Grab your breath, have a drink. And we're going to do just a bit of a wind down. So again, if you're following this on video later on, you please do at least another 5 minutes on your bikes. Just turning your legs over, letting your system return to homeostasis, letting your heart rate come down, clearing some of those chemicals out your legs, letting your blood and your kidneys do their work.